Right, okay.
You see them.
Yeah.
Evening, everybody. Welcome to the December meeting. For my sins, I'm taking the meeting again tonight. And we have a message from the chairman that says, due to industrial action at French airports, the chairman's planned Thursday flight has had to be brought forward and therefore is unable to attend tonight. He sends his apologies. Any other apologies, please?
We've got apologies here. Yeah.
So he's gone to an Advent dinner in a church in
superseded. She has a rather nasty cold actually. But she's not going to either.
Can I just summarize? That was the excuse I was brought.
Okay. Declarations.
Thank you. Item 2, to receive declarations of interest.
Just the normal as member of Central and County, personal interest.
The minutes of the previous meeting have been circulated, which I hope you have read. If there are no objections, do you wish me to sign those as a true record?
Just propose that.
Okay. Thank you. There's no planning applications. Item 5, to receive a report from District and County Councillor Bob Filmer.
Thanks, Chair. Just a couple of things. I mean, there's not a lot going on with the council at the moment that we're able to report anyway because of the general election and this purdah period. Just a couple of things to let you know from the county about a couple of consultations as much as anything. You remember last month I mentioned about the climate change work that's going on between the county and the districts. That was coming out for consultation in November, December. It's now going to be in January, February because of the election. And similarly, there will be a consultation on connecting Devon and Somerset again, and that will be coming out in the new year. It's basically following on from the fact that GigaClear won the contracts for doing broadband across the more hard-to-reach areas of the county. They have been doing works across the county for a while, but they've lost the contract now. So there will now be a further consultation to relook at letting the contract again to the market. What I'm advised by GigaClear is that where they've actually done the works and they're under the ground and ready to go, they are actually going live with them anyway, and they're going to run them as a private company, not as being subsidised by the government. So far, in effect, what has happened is they've done all the work they've done so far at their own risk. County has not paid them anything. So their comment was that they reckon they've spent about 23 million quid so far in the county. And obviously they want to get a return on that. So places like the Allertons, Badgeworth, Bidisham are going live already. Limpsham is imminently going live. But unfortunately, they were due to do parts of Brent Knoll and Breen. That work hasn't been carried out yet, and so that's not going to be done until they relook at the contracts again. So that will come forward in the future. But as I say, they're going out for consultation early in the year to then go out for tender.
Is that GigaClear or TrueSpeed?
That's GigaClear. TrueSpeed are doing it again. They've always been doing it as a commercial thing themselves. So when they can get the 30% of the village sign up, it makes it worth their while to do it. They're currently working in Limpsham as well, so Limpsham are going to have a choice between both the two.
Everybody digs up the road,
yeah. Well, yes and no. GigaClear's contract was they were supposed to put everything they could under the ground. TrueSpeed in a lot of places haven't gone underground. They did a deal with Western Power, so they're running their cables along some of the power conduits, and then going underground when they need to. But so that's moving ahead. You remember maybe a couple of years ago I mentioned that the county had done a pilot with Musgrove Hospital about trying to get people out of hospital more quickly and avoiding what was called sort of bed blocking, and that actually saved apparently an awful lot of money for the hospital in getting people through more quickly, but getting them back to their houses and being looked after better. They're looking to do another pilot on a different scheme now to follow up from that, where they're going to be putting social workers actually in Musgrove, so that when people are in the hospital they can be referred to the social worker from the county on site to then do a lot of preliminary works with them before they then potentially are coming out. So again, it's trying to see how that the two social services and NHS can work more closely together. There are various different pilots being done across the country, and this one's being done obviously in Somerset with Musgrove. With the weather tonight, just a quick update in that the 23 gritters are apparently all up and ready to go. They've done their trial routes and they know where they're going. They are covering this year now an extra area of the county. They've re-included some of the routes, all of the routes that were taken out last year have been put back in, and some additional ones. So there's now 900 miles of county road are going to be gritted. 900. And it's about 20, I think it's about 21%-ish of the total network. But that'll be up and ready to go when the weather hits. And I think they have already been out once this year already. But other than that, nothing further to report, Chairman.
Thank you. Any comments on that? No. Thank you. First item is footpaths. Has anybody got anything on footpaths they wish to comment on?
Very normal for the time of year, being muddy but drying up a bit in the last few days.
Chairman, Colin is trying to organise a meeting with Mr Lee, the farmer from Battleborough, to sort out where the posts are that he's ordered for the footpaths to go in.
Right. I would like to add that the no cycling sign by the church has been vandalised and has been had graffiti sprayed on it, so that needs looking at.
Where exactly is that?
The footpath to the knoll.
Is it cleanable?
I don't know, I haven't seen it. It was just reported to me.
If we need to get it redone, I will talk to Area Signs if you let me know.
It might just need some paint cleaner off.
Are we happy with it? John does that?
Well, I don't know. I will replace it if necessary. I'll take it on to talk to Area Signs if it can't be cleaned.
I was going to suggest if John can talk to Area Signs, it might be worth asking them if they can recommend anything, because they must have other signs that get.
Is it spray painted?
I don't know.
I wouldn't mind.
That was all the information I was given.
Well, so, all right.
Item B, highways, that's me. A few days ago, Bob, David Sturgis, myself and Colin went out with the highways people to look at Station Road and the reciting of the A30, the 30 mile an hour speed sign by extending it out of the village towards Barrow, and they were quite amenable to the idea. We also went along Burton Row looking at sites for the speed camera, again with the highways, and the A38 from the motorway roundabout, 40 mile an hour speed limit, is under progress at the moment, and that will be coming about in due course. There was also a problem regarding people leaving the Fox and Goose or Hart Road and crossing the junction and turning right. This has been addressed by the highways as well, hasn't it, Bob?
They're certainly looking into what they think they can do to
The van did it this morning. commercial van. I couldn't get the name, but it was a grey van. Came whipped round in front of me.
Right. It's quite a regular occurrence. Is there anything else on highways?
Can I be clear? Have we now got 2 groups of speed watch in both areas, and who is running each? One in the Station Road and one in Burton Road. Who's actually doing it, or is it the same group doing both? Do we know?
I think they're different groups.
Do we know who's leading them?
I think we do.
Yeah, I think.
I can tell you who's running Station Road.
Because she was quite vociferous when she came. She'd be very helpful.
Angie Hicks.
And then Burton Road picked up on that, didn't they?
I think it's the person from the Pink House.
Yes.
From the Pink House.
Pink
Ah,
Pink Cottage.
Okay, thank you.
I won't minute the names of these people actually, particularly on some subject like speed watch, because
No.
they could find
I just was just out of interest.
you know, whatever.
Chairman, just to update on that, the lady from the Burton Road Speed Watch was saying they had a sort of coffee morning to get people interested in doing it. They had over 20 people actually attend, and about, I think she said 11 of those have said that they will actually go out and do the thing with the guns. So they are interested in really getting on with it.
That is amazing considering the support that Roger got when he was doing it.
Exactly. I mean, the only other thing on highways is what I mentioned to Bob earlier. It's to do with the scaffolding outside of where I think it's 8, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that needs some form of lighting and signage.
I think you're
Is
right.
it number 8?
Yes.
Yeah. Because they've now put wooden sleepers out in the road, which is not visible at night.
Good idea.
So I can see something happening to that scaffolding or somebody else. So yeah.
What would you like me to do with that? Would you like some form
Well, I
of
think if we
communication?
either raise it with highways or something, it is a highways issue. The scaffolding erected on the highway, so there should have been a permit to do that in the first place. And in so doing, there should have been stipulations about signage, lighting, etc., etc. If not, it's been erected without highways authority, and therefore it's illegal.
Chairman, there was one other thing I think we had circulated to us an issue about flooding down at
Yeah,
At the bottom of
we
Brent
did.
Street.
We had an email last week actually. A lady was highlighting the problems down the Station Road end of Brent Street about water. I think Brian, you obviously been concerned about that for some time.
You sent a copy of the letter out.
That's right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
that's
photograph.
Yeah, I've been a bit concerned about this because over the years we've constantly asked about how they're going to prevent the flooding, because it is subject to a lot of flooding, it has been in the past, especially in 2014. We were assured that everything would be fine eventually, and yet still we're getting flooding down there this last month. So I wonder if we can pursue it and just prod them and see what actually has been happening, if anything.
I wonder whether the first point of call ought to be maybe Esther Carter and the affordable housing team, because obviously that she was involved in that
Yeah.
originally, raised a concern.
One or two of us were reluctant to put our names to
Yeah.
it unless they sorted out the flooding problem.
Yeah, I will. I'll make sure that somebody sees it anyway.
On that front as well, I have reported to County Highways and asked them to come out and gully suck and to, what was the right word, not rod the,
Check it.
yeah, to jet under the road, thank you. To ask them to, because there are 3 drains in that area and all 3 of them were not taking water away. So they have been reported to Highways as well, but it would be good to take it up with Esther too.
There was talk about them rerouting water, wasn't it, at one time?
Yes.
Has that happened?
Well, actually, I spoke to Matthew Ward the other day, and I said what is happening. He was supposed to be changing the direction of the outflow from that area. Yes, we've devised the scheme, nothing's been paid for, they haven't got the money for it, and they did actually speak to Parliament, they could work out this is probably going to have to be paid for by the developers. So it's there. But Matthew Wall says he's got a scheme organised, so that presumably will help take the water away and help with the drainage on the corner there. If it doesn't, it should.
Well, I think we should keep an eye on this and pursue it.
Thank you. Who was responsible for the green? Anything to report?
Not massive really. Grass cut and tidy. No rubbish anywhere when I visited. Fence along the left-hand side is collapsing, as we know, and a lot of bamboo and bramble encroaching our chain link fence. Fencing along the right-hand side, as we're going to discuss anyway, leaning more and more as time goes on, and bits of underlying posts starting to stick out in places. Hedges and trees all tidy, bin on green okay, first bench loose in the ground, which has been mentioned quite a few times looking back. Play equipment all seemed okay. In the toilets, they're all clean and tidy. Bins, brushes, soap all in place. Car park was tidy. There's quite a few fallen leaves around, but that's the time of year, I suppose, and not too many weeds. And that was about it.
Thank you. Who's next?
It's going to be Colin.
Mr. Chair, could I just mention the fact that I was supposed to be meeting Colin Lewis on the green before tonight's meeting to discuss the prices of apparatus that we would possibly might buy or might think about buying, and he's been unable to give me a slot, so I'm in fact meeting him next Thursday, I think it is. Yeah. So could that be put on the next agenda, please?
Yes.
Just going to mention that Colin, I believe, is going for a Nuttall grant towards the replacement bench.
Yes.
And I did suggest he had a look at, because one of the problems is he's rotted out. East Brent have just had a picnic bench put on their green, which is one of these ones made out of recycled material. So he's going to have a look at that and see whether that would be appropriate or not. But I had a word with Scott Mason, who's the guy who did the play equipment with the parish, and that's the ones that Sedgmore are tending to go for now because they tend to last longer than the wooden ones do.
Right. Thank you. GP Sports monthly report. Anything?
Which I sent out. I don't think was there anything. I didn't see anything that wasn't on there previously. But you've got the report, so you know. Yeah.
And is that with the meeting that Brian's having? Will that be the opportunity for Colin also to give us the quote for doing the jobs?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Parish surgery.
Oh, we had fantastic attendance.
Yeah.
We had
Four
Brian,
councillors.
we had our village agent, we had David, and we had Malcolm. So there were 5 of us actually. Oh, we did have one visit from a local resident who came in rather late. I don't know if you saw her, Brian. Jenny Butters came in actually,
Oh, right.
and was somewhat concerned about some activity down at Middle Street. If you go down Middle Street and then sort of turn right at the bottom where the railway is, apparently, there's been a lot of car activity down there apparently. Cars stopping, lots of people getting out of cars and getting into other cars, and there's no properties down there apparently. So she was concerned of what might be going on there.
Can't swap it.
As long as that's all it was. But she's asked me whether we could agree to raising it with our local police.
I've told the chairman down to have a look.
Or do we put it on the parish website as a point of interest?
No.
Obviously, the obvious thing that was suspected was drug movements. That seemed to be the thing that she, but I mean, that's surmising something which we have no right to surmise because we don't know. But I think we ought, do you agree we ought to mention it to the police?
Yeah.
And just ask them to go down randomly and have a look at it?
Without their ways.
Is this during the daytime?
No, it's mostly after dark.
She said it's in the dark.
After dark.
Yeah.
So this time of year, they've got world is their oyster, isn't it?
Mm.
You've got 12 hours of it. So, with your permission, I will try and contact police and ask them to do a random check from time to time, after dark,
Yeah.
with dark clothing.
No cameras.
And the binoculars.
Because that was the sum total of our parasurgery. But we
It's
were
exciting
there.
then,
But
yeah.
we were there.
She did say about the speed sign as well, didn't she? Giving funny readings.
Yes, she said the speed indicator device was churning out some funny readings. Somebody reversed out of a drive or something and
Yeah,
gave a reading of
she
48 or something.
Yeah.
That's some reversing.
It's not working tonight.
George Brown mentioned as well.
Yeah, we did, yeah. I wonder whether perhaps we should invite Richard to the January meeting, because he obviously looks after it. Maybe he can come and just update us on how he
Yeah,
thinks
what the
it's going.
statistics of the speed is and things like that, whether it's actually working.
Does it include reversing?
Yeah, exactly.
I'll ask Richard actually if he'd like to come along, because I think he's got a couple of things he wants to ask the council anyway, about solar power and things of that kind, so.
Oh, on that note, can I just mention that Catherine, I think her name was, from Highways,
Catherine
that
Tyson.
Malcolm was referring to earlier. When we met, she did ask us the details of our new speed indicator device, because that would educate them about the sort of sizes and whatever for the locations that we were talking about. I think Colin said that he was going to probably check with you to get
We could do that.
the details, and I'm not sure whether that happened.
Well, it happened now, I haven't had that mentioned to me, so
Okay.
I'll certainly add that to the list of, so it's to Sid, to Catherine Tyson.
It was the manufacturer and the model I think that
Manufacturers,
she
yeah.
wanted.
Is that still in business?
Has it been used, Joe?
Yeah, it's like fine.
Recording people going backwards at 48 miles an hour.
Yeah. Where is it?
Not sure about that.
Not far from Jenny's house, on Burton Road.
Right, no, I'm seeing it.
But, you know, at least we've got one in situ now, so at least if nothing else, people now, you know, are getting some warning.
Chairman, I did mention to Owen earlier that when it does work, because I had reports from people in Burton Road, it was just sitting there doing nothing. So I went along and triggered it a couple of times. At 28, I would have. But the one thing that was a slight concern to me was that on the old one, it flashed up at you quite early on, so you saw it as you were approaching it. This one seems to almost be as you're going past it,
Yes,
it comes up,
did the same.
which doesn't give you any
No.
warning, which is half the point of it. So
Yeah.
it might be we just need to adjust how it's angled as to where it's picking up.
Or the sensors redirected.
Exactly.
Next item is emergency planning group.
I'm not sure we've moved very far with that at the moment, and I think it's something we obviously need to address, I guess, because we might just get an emergency at some stage. And we've got a group in situ at the moment as such. I think that is certainly a whole item in itself, I think, really. Any views on that?
Well, we'd have to engage other people from outside this council, wouldn't we? If we're going to proper planning group. It's not only other parish
No,
councils.
it's not. No, it's not. No, it's
We did initially have a group that took their Chapter 8
Yeah, that's right,
road,
but first did that.
and I understand that several of those, or if not all of them, are still interested.
Could I just ask, has the kit been? Because I know the group used to regularly meet up and run the kit to make sure.
Well,
it
they
was
also,
all okay.
Peter used to do that.
Has that happened recently?
Yeah,
It's happened, so,
Mr. Warren does that now,
yeah.
down Brent Street, you know? what I mean?
yeah.
Yeah,
There were
as I was there with him when he did it.
talks about putting it into the back of the public toilets.
Quite right.
Yeah, that's where it is.
It is.
Is it?
It's all been moved from.
No, not everything.
No, because you brought this up.
Yeah.
That's
I
quite.
thought it was.
Is it the pump
The
that's?
pump's in there,
Pump,
and
yeah.
various other bits, but there's still quite a lot in the trailer, which should go round to cover. Maybe I'll try and do that before Christmas. get it in there. I'll make a list as well. I think you wanted, didn't you? A bit of an
Yeah, just for the insurance company really, because the insurance company do write to me occasionally and ask me various things. One of the questions they will ask
Yeah.
is where is your flood equipment, where is it stored, who looks after it, who manages it, who's got the key, all those kind of questions really.
So is the emergency planning group specifically focused on flooding?
It
was originally.
Was
Right.
Yeah.
So the kit that you mentioned, that's kit all connected with
Flooding.
flood
Yeah,
activity?
some of it could be used for other purposes, like we've got a lot of traffic cones and things like that.
Mm.
So if a need arose.
But we have managed to organise the group, and clearly we need to do that and decide how many people are on it and get some people outside this council. So I think it's very much for the agenda for the next meeting.
Bob?
And also I was just going to say, could we check where the, because I think it's gas driven, isn't it?
Yeah.
Where the gas bombs
The gas
are, because I know at one time they were stored separately for security reasons, but I don't know where they are now.
But they're